Hi guys, this is Sai Kumar Kortiwada. In this video, we'll discuss about hasAttribute and removeAttribute methods of a JavaScript document API. Let me quickly jump into Visual Studio Code. So here I have created this index.html, index.js, and I have written one h1 tag with hi, and I'm able to see the output here, and whatever I'm writing in this JS that can be used in my HTML as I have embedded a script tag with this index.js file. And now what we'll do is just like let me try to create a input field and zoom it. So here inside this input field, let me use a placeholder and write something like enter username as some placeholder. Let me save this, go here and reload. And now, for example, if I want to know whether a particular input field have a particular attribute or not, then we can use hasAttribute. HasAttribute is a method which will return you true or false if the property or an attribute exists on that particular element. So let's access this input field by using an ID like sample test is my ID, and let me copy this and go to the index.js and get that element. So input element is equal to document dot get element by id of, I can pass the id here, so we will be getting that input element. So inside this input element, if you want to know what it shows inside this input element, that will be overall this input tag. So if you go here and reload, you will be getting that input tag. On this we have a placeholder. Let me know whether that placeholder exists or not by using a property called as dot has attribute of, I can pass a placeholder. Placeholder is the name of the attribute placeholder, and if it exists then it will return true. So if you go to the HTML, the placeholder exists and hence we'll get a true in the return value of the console. Let me go here and reload. So if you see here, we got true element. And now if you want to give something called as name, where this attribute does not exist on this HTML input element, and hence we cannot get that name attribute, it will be returning you a false boolean value. So let me reload and you are getting false because that name does not exist on that input element. This is how we can check whether the attribute exists on a particular element or not. And now, for example, just I want to remove that particular attribute. So you can even remove some attributes from your input elements or any of the HTML elements. I can use something called as, can use a remove attribute, and inside this remove attribute let me pass a placeholder which is already existing. Okay, let me save this, and before this let me use a console.log of input element. That means before removing an attribute, and let me print after removing an attribute, so how it looks. So save this and go here, let me reload. Here you got id, here you got id. This is happening because we are removing this element on, we are removing this attribute on the same element, and because of the deep clone and shallow clone we are getting this problem. So what we can do is, let me use set timeout, and I want to remove this value after certain period of time. So let me move these two steps into this set timeout and paste here with 3000 milliseconds. And if you want to learn about the deep clone and the shallow clone, I have a video and I'll provide the link in the description. Please watch for better understanding. And now go here and let me reload. You have a placeholder. After 3 seconds you will get one more input field which does not have placeholder because we are removing that attribute by using remove attribute. So let's summarize this video. Has attribute will return you true if that attribute exists on a particular element, and remove attribute is used to remove that particular attribute from that particular HTML element when the attribute exists. If does not exist, it will ignore. For example, we don't have a name property, so let me give and save this, go and reload. You will not get any of the errors. See here, you didn't got any error. So what that remove attribute will do is, first it will check whether the attribute exists or not. If exists, please remove. If does not exist, it will ignore. So that is how your remove attribute will work. And also I want to let you know about Techzette. Techzette is a platform on Medium where you can learn all the backend stuff. Mainly it is focused on the Adobe Experience Management, Magento, as well as OSGI, along with the basics of Java. And you can see the Sling framework completely. So just have a click on the link below in the description and have a look on this Medium blog. If you like, please like, share, follow Medium blog. Hope you like my explanation. If you like my video, like, share, subscribe to my channel for more updates. Signing off. Thank you.